Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my new moon in Taurus donation-based workshop. I'm so grateful to have you here. We're going to get into it today. When I was tapping into the energy, there was a lot of like brutal honesty kind of coming through, but also I feel like we need it because this is a really powerful time to manifest in a really stable and grounded way, which really amplifies all of that. So we're going to get a little reality check, and then we're going to get into all these beautiful practices and how to utilize this amazing energy. So this new moon is in Taurus, like I've said. It's going to be happening on May 19th, Friday, May 19th. If you're seeing this before or after, it's fine. This energy is still around, okay? On Wednesday, May 17th, the moon enters Taurus. So the couple days leading up to this new moon, we have the energy of Taurus really influencing us. There may be a sleepy energy. You may feel hungry or dreamy. You may not feel super motivated. There's not going to be a ton of fire really accenting all of that. But that doesn't mean that we can't be productive. So the couple days leading up to it, or even around this new moon, take some time to reflect, to tune in. Maybe make yourself a nice meal. Maybe have a little bit of a self-care day. Maybe you sleep in or take a nap. Kind of utilize this energy. So the new moon again is happening May 19th. In Taurus, and Jupiter is also now in Taurus. As I've said, I talk about the energy, but I leave this part very basic. I leave the professional and detailed parts for the professional astrologist, but it is important to know that this is happening because we have a lot of Taurus influence right now. We also have a lot of like luck and stability within manifestation and within our money. So I want to highlight that because we need to be able to utilize this. Mercury is also direct. Thank goodness. I feel like a lot of people really struggled with this Mercury retrograde. I feel like there was a lot that came up, like even people I know somebody who had like their phone hacked and they had a car accident and like something went wrong with something that was going on at work. Like it was just like one blow after not another for a lot of us. So just know that we're in this together and we're kind of in the clear. We're in the post shadow period. Things will get better over the next few weeks. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the 31st is when we're like out of the post shadow period, somewhere around there. Again, don't quote me on that. This is meant to be helpful to talk about the energy, but we are also out of eclipse season. So with all that being said, Mercury is direct. We're out of eclipse season. We have this new moon in Taurus. The moon is in Taurus already. Jupiter is in Taurus. It's go time. Like that's exactly what I'm feeling with this. It's go time. It's time to utilize this energy. We're in the clear from retrograde. It's time to be active and to move and to put things into motion. So this is a time where I feel like our manifestations and our goals and our dreams, there's like a hyper boost behind it. Like there is a like push moving it all forward. So whatever you're working on right now, whatever's like in your manifestation journal, whatever's in your manifestation thoughts, it's time to actually make a plan and like put this into action. We're going to be doing that in this workshop because we need to prepare and actually use this energy. This isn't just writing it all down. We're not just sitting here and being like, I want this and thinking about it. We're like, I want this. How am I going to get there? What do I need to do? Who do I need to become? What parts of me do I need to release in order to get there? Okay. So again, with this new moon, we're really going to be focusing on manifestation, taking action. Everything we set in motion right now is going to be do so in such a grounded and stable way. It's like set up for success. So while some new moons are going to be really good for like manifestation with like power and force, this is manifestation with like groundedness and stability. You know, like you're building a stable foundation, which is amazing. So it's time to put these things into action. It's time to start putting all the building blocks to build this house, to build this creation, to like really launch these projects. If you do not already have a pen and paper and a journal, please go get one. You're going to need a piece of paper that you can utilize for a ritual, and then you're going to need your journal to like really put things down and work with. So go ahead and get that. You can pause this if you need to. We're going to start with the journal prompts of this workshop because I really want you to start kind of diving inward and getting really honest with yourself. So the first journal prompt that we're going to start with, we're going to ask ourselves, where am I holding myself back? I want you to get really real. Is there a habit that you're continuing to partake in and it's really taking your time and energy away from like who you really want to be? Is it overbooking yourself with things that aren't going to help you reach your goal? Is it your limiting beliefs about yourself? Bring that out, bring it into the light, and ask yourself, really. You can sit with this if you need to. You can pause this if you need to. But where am I holding myself back? In what ways am I holding myself back? So the second question that I want you to ask yourself is, what have I been dreaming up? What have I been dreaming of doing that I haven't put into action yet? Dreams, goals. What is it? Is it a project you've been working on that you haven't shown with the world yet, that you haven't shared with the world yet? Is it a goal of yours that you haven't really made a plan to achieve? I want you to get really real about like, what is it that you've been dreaming up and dreaming of that you haven't actually made any type of move towards yet? So get real with yourself. Tune into it. You can be more than one thing as well. So if you have a few things to add to that list, just put them on there. The third question that I want you to ask yourself is, where can I take more ownership and responsibility in your life? Where can I take more ownership and responsibility? This might sting a little, but really though, where can you take more ownership and responsibility? Are you blaming someone else for you not being able to reach this goal? Are you holding on to responsibilities and things out of obligation that you could let go of in order to move forward? Like, where can you actually take ownership and responsibility? This is important. This is very important, because if we're blaming others for us not being able to achieve our goals, that is literally going to stand directly in the way of us being able to get there, because we have to decide that everything that's happening in our life is a choice, okay? And we have to prioritize ourselves. So this is where we bring that awareness in and say, where can I take more ownership and responsibility in my life? Like I said, it might sting a little, but I want you to get real, and I want you to take that little flashlight out and start looking in the darkness and ask yourself, have you been blaming someone else? Have you been blaming your situation? Have you been putting all of it onto somebody else? And if so, what is it? So we can start taking that responsibility back, taking that ownership back, and really taking control of the direction of our lives. So now I want you to get your journal back out and get your piece of paper that you can be able to like destroy. Get both of those out, and we're going to get into a practice or a ritual to work with this new moon. So on the piece of paper that you have that you can destroy, I want you to write out your manifestations, everything, all the things that you want in detail, as if you already have them. You could write it like I have, I am, okay? And I want you to like really visualize all of this and feel it. If you need to get it all down on a piece of paper first and then sit with each one, you can put your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly, and you can sit with each manifestation. Maybe your manifestation is that I make $100,000 a year. Feel it. What does it feel like to make $100,000 a year? What does your life look like? What do you do with your free time? And so with each manifestation on your list, which each thing you want to call in, I want you to sit with it in that way. Feel it, sense it, smell it, taste it, everything. So you're going to list it all out. You can pause this. I want you to sit with it. Pause it, write it all down. And then when you come back, we are going to pick a crystal or a piece of jewelry or an object that you can either wear or carry with you, okay? And then what you're going to do after that, you're going to put this piece of paper, you're going to put it out into the moonlight. I know it's a new moon, but we're going to put it out into the energy of this new moon overnight, and you're going to put your object. So let's say that this is your object and this is your manifestation list. You're going to put it on top, right on top, and you're going to leave it out to where the moonlight and the energy of the moon can hit it, outside and window, whatever feels right for you. And then I want you to sprinkle it with cinnamon. So just dust a little cinnamon on top of this, and then I want you to leave it overnight, okay? And then in the morning, when you go to get it, I want you to destroy it. And the reason we're doing this is because we are writing it all down. We're giving all of our energy to it. We're sitting with it. We're meditating with it. We're taking this object that's going to absorb all that beautiful energy that is going to give us everything that we're calling in and everything that we want. The cinnamon is going to be amplifying that manifestation. It's going to be calling in that abundance, all right? And then we're going to hold the object and say, thank you so much. This is what I'm going to carry with me. This is going to help me get in touch with that energy and help me utilize all of this. And then we're going to get rid of that piece of paper and burn it, safely. If you don't know how to burn it safely, don't do it. I'm not recommending it. But find a way to destroy it, burn, bury, tear up, whatever you can do safely, and give it back. Give it back to the earth, let it go, and say thank you so much, because we don't want to hold on so tightly to these manifestations that we're like blocking them. We're like, oh, I need to keep my list or else it's never going to happen. No, no, no. That is the idea of lack. We're not going into that frequency. So you're going to have your object. You're going to carry it with you every day. You can sleep with it. You can do whatever you want to connect with it, meditate with it. And we're going to let everything else go. And then in your journal, I want you to make sure that you wrote down all of your manifestations in your journal. But with that, I want you to write down your game plan. So each manifestation, write it down. And then what's your plan of action to get there? What do you need to change to get there? What do you need to do to get there? And really start putting it into motion. Your brain, your consciousness needs to understand how it's going to be tangible. So we have to sit down and do that. This is more than just sitting and saying, I want this, and touching the frequency of it. That's really important, but we also need to know, like, how are we going to get there? Because if we don't know how we're going to get there, then we're not going to believe that we can have it. So we need to create a plan. We need to tap into that. What is the action that you're going to take in order to get there? Even if it's just one thing for each thing. I'd like you to go in depth, but even if it's just one thing in your journal where you're writing down these manifestations, underneath it, you're going to write down, what is your plan to get there? What is your action step for every single one? Okay.
So we are going to tap into our guided meditation portion of this workshop now. So if you are not already seated in a comfortable position, I want you to do so. If you have any type of injuries or pain in your body to where you can't sit cross-legged and comfortably with your spine straight, you can lay down. I just advise to make sure that you stay awake because I want you to be conscious for this. Obviously, it's not going to not work if you fall asleep, but I do want you to be awake because this is a more interactive meditation, okay? So get into a comfortable seat. If you would like to play some background music, you are more than welcome to. I do not, because I do not want to run into any copyright issues, and I also do not want to have any distractions. So if you want to stop this and put on some like slow meditation music, frequency music, just enough in the background to hear it, you are more than welcome to. It's totally up to you. And go ahead and get comfortable in your position, okay? I'm going to sit cross-legged and I'm going to make sure that my spine is straight. I'm going to release my shoulders and I'm going to tuck my chin just slightly so that the top of my head is straight and I'm not like this. That allows the flow of energy from your root chakra all the way up to your ground chakra to be clear and centered. We want that. So just start with your breath. Taking some nice, deep, full breaths all the way, exhaling all the way to the bottom. Inhaling all the way. Just finding a really smooth rhythm here. Nothing forceful. Just letting your inhales and your exhales flow with ease. Complete inhales, complete exhales. I'm going to start envisioning a golden ball of light starting to form in front of us. Starting to form kind of like a cloud, undulating, moving around. And then I want you to bring your attention to the base of your spine, your root chakra, Muladhara. And I want you to start to imagine that this golden white light, this cleansing light, starts to be absorbed through the base of your spine, down through your legs, your feet, your toes, filling every space, moving up into your womb space, moving into your internal organs, beneath your belly button, filling that space of the hips, moving up now into the solar plexus, Manipura, the space above the navel, moving up into the heart, the chest, moving up into the throat, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the fingers, moving up into the neck, cleansing and purifying, watching this golden white light just fill you completely with this healing, grounding, cleansing energy. And we're going to move up into our throat, our jaw, the back of our throat, our ears, our nose, our eyes, our head, back of the skull, top of the head. And just see what it feels like to be completely full of this golden white light, this healing, cleansing energy. And I want you to start to envision your highest self starting to form in front of you. What do they look like? What do they feel like? How are they dressed? Their hair, their clothing, their scent, their facial expression. Take them all in and just start to really tap into not only how they look, but how do they feel? What is the energy that they're putting out there? And then I want you to, when you feel ready and you feel like you have absorbed and noticed as much as you can about them, I want you to ask them a question. Maybe you ask them, how did they get there? How did they get to this level of self? Maybe you can ask them for advice, what the next steps are, ask them for guidance. You are trying to make a choice in which direction to go in life, you can ask your higher self which one they chose. Allow yourself to witness this higher self. Allow yourself to receive this information, knowing that they are you and you are them. And everything they are and everything they have and everything they do is already in existence. It's already within reach. And then I want you to envision that this higher self takes you by the hand. Step by step, they start to lead you into your dream reality, your most ideal reality. And I want you to take note. Where are you? What is the scenery, the space, the location? Is there anyone with you? Are you inside? Are you outside? Are you in a home? Are you traveling? I want you to take note of your possessions. Letting your higher self guide you into what reality exists for you in every detail. The kind of car you drive, the kind of house you live in, your lifestyle. Maybe your higher self is going to take you through a quick run through of what their day to day looks like. Let yourself be led and take note And remember that all of this is available to you. This frequency that you feel when you're here, when you're with them. This is what to embody. And this is already you. Start to tap into the frequency of what it feels like to be here, to be with them. Feel it in your body, in your bones. Sense it. Really start embodying this reality. And then when you feel like you're embodying it and you're operating at the same frequency as the environment around you and as the higher self beside you, your higher self is going to reach out to hug you and embrace you. And I want you to feel that frequency, that warmth, that reality, radiance that they possess, just completely absorbing into you. And as you're hugging and as you're embracing, I want you to hear your higher self tell you, you are already me. I am you. And all of this is already yours. And as you embrace, you start to become one, your current self being absorbed into this higher version of you, letting yourself be completely surrendered, alchemized. And then when you feel like you're completely absorbed, start to tap into what it feels like to be this version. Start to explore the world that you're living in, the reality, how it feels. Just let yourself completely be in this space. And I want you to know that this is with you always. This is already yours. And when we leave this meditation today, you're taking it with you. This frequency, this embodiment, this reality. It's already yours. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I get to 1, we're going to be back into our physical bodies with this new level. So 3, 2, 1, and we're back. So as you slowly come out of this meditation, I want you to pause this and I want you to take note of everything you felt, everything that happened, everything that you saw. You can even include it on your manifestation list with your plan of action, but I want you to hold on to and embody this. You can even stop this now and stay in this meditation for as long as you want to. I fully encourage that if you choose. And make sure that you take note. Make sure you do these practices. Make sure you do this work. This is a powerful, powerful time to really level up and to utilize this energy. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to be able to facilitate this. I'm grateful to see you guys grow and expand, not just through here, but through my one-on-one sessions, through my mentorship programs. If you don't know, I offer mentorship for at least a minimum of 4 weeks. Either deep dive into healing, where we dive super deep into healing work, one-on-one, fully supported, really amazing, transformative work, or spiritual mentorship, where we do incorporate healing, but it's also like, how do we level up? What are the tools and practices that you need, daily support, and all kinds of information to support your growth. I also have my one-on-one sessions. So I have psychic readings, I have mediumship readings, I have intuitive energy work, which is like really in-depth scans and energy balancing and energy healing in your body. And I also have just like single session spiritual mentorship, which is also amazing for people who just feel like they need a little help on their spiritual journey.
But I'm so grateful for you to be here, and I love connecting with you in any way, shape, or form. If you are not on my email list, I highly suggest it because you'll be informed when I have promotions or any new things. I don't send excessive emails, but it's nice to stay in tune outside of social media. Follow me on Instagram for sure. It's a little bit more in depth, a little bit more personal. And again, I am so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful that you took this workshop. Please let me know how this worked for you. I love to read your comments. I love to hear from you. This workshop, again, is pay what you can. So if you have not made a donation, go ahead and do so now. And know that I really, really send so much gratitude and appreciation to every single one that you make. And I love being able to support you in whatever way that I can. So enjoy this. Happy new moon. And I will see you for the next full moon.